Many topics are asked in CAT, and the CAT syllabus has more or less remained constant for more than a decade. But there are certain topics that are more frequently asked than the others. There are some RC types which are more frequent than the others. Some DILR topics are more pronounced than the others. What are those patterns? This video will dive into the patterns of CAT exam in the last 5 years so that you have a clear understanding of what to look out for, because we do not have a lot of time left now. Let's start with VARC. 66% of VARC section is RC, reading comprehension. RC passages are around 600 words in length. There are 4 questions for each passage, and all these questions are multiple choice questions, which means there is only one correct answer for that. Over the years, we have seen abstract topics like philosophy, culture, technology-based articles more than others. Around 50% of the RC space was captured by these articles. Imagine. Then there are some passages on specialized subjects like psychology, economic affairs, finance. All these have captured around 25% of the RC weightage. Fiction, which most of the people love a lot, has occupied least space among all the genres. In fact, political and law related topics have also found less space, but that is still more than fiction. So I always say that if you want to build habit of reading, start with fiction, but do not be clung onto it. Hence, when you are preparing for your ground of fundamentals especially, it is better to read more abstract articles instead of fiction. For most of us, fiction still remains comfort zone. I'm reiterating, come out of that comfort zone. It is not like you should not read it, but the focus should be on complex passages, elucidating thoughts and ideas that are more intangible or related to management-specific disciplines such as economics, finance, industry, technology, etc. On the other hand, 33% of the CAT VARC section is verbal ability, which comprises of topics like para-jumble, para-summary, odd one out, para-completion. These questions, now this is something which you have to really understand. These questions also require you to either make a paragraph from the given sentences or work with the given paragraph to find out its summary or complete the missing element in the passage. These also focus on your comprehension skills. So I say that when we talk about VARC, although it is divided between VA and RC, the whole section is RC only. It is all reading comprehension. If you are not good at comprehension of a passage or anything, you will not be able to crack it. So focus on that. So what's the big takeaway from this? Read daily, read diverse. Without reading, VARC cannot be cracked. The second section in CAT is DILR. This is one section that does not have clear or definitive syllabus. Normally, DI, data interpretation portion, captures graphs, could be bar graphs, could be line graphs. It has Venn diagrams, pie charts, caselets, combination of multiple graphs can also be there. LR, logical reasoning, on the other hand, has been about various puzzles. Games and tournaments, calendar, sequencing, seating arrangement, direction-based puzzles, grids, visualization-based puzzles, and so on. But last 5 years have seen a great focus on increased difficulty level in DILR section. And there is a new introduction here, which is called numerical logic questions and sets based on numerical logic. What is numerical logic? It is an LR set with a lot of numbers in it. So ideally it is a logic question, but because there are numbers in it that you have to churn, it is like a mix of DI and LR. So logic and puzzle. Such sets have been repeating quite a lot. There is another thing which has been very frequent nowadays is 4-set Venn diagram. Earlier 2 or 3 set Venn diagrams were more common, but 4-set Venn diagram have appeared many times now. So when you are preparing for DILR, you cannot think about skipping these types of new elements while you are preparing. Now, if you are good at concepts of percentage, ratio proportion, profit loss, you will be able to do good in a lot of DI caselets. So it's like hitting 2 aims with 1 shot, QA and DILR. Mastering arithmetic will be very important therefore. So, if you want to really do this DILR game. And remember, it's a mileage game. So it's not like suddenly you will realize that, I can do it. Oh, 1 month, done. No. You really have to work your way around it. You have to practice a lot for a long time. And that's when you will be able to become good at DILR. In last 5 years, sets based on tables, scheduling problems, math puzzles, grids, Venn diagram, Routes and networks have appeared more than the other types. Scatter plot, radar chart, NAT chart have appeared minimally. Now, this doesn't mean that you should not prepare for these, but you can always prioritize. So, what is the big takeaway? DILR is such an interestingly complex area that the only thing that can help you crack it is doing as many different types of DILR sets as possible, both from your institute's material and previous year papers. Previous year papers and mock test sets are the most important because they will capture the highest difficulty level to make you good at solving them in the upcoming exam. And now we come to third, last section, Quant. Quant has one simple logic, my dear. If you know the formula and the steps to apply, you do the question, else you leave it. Hence, we aim for 90% accuracy or more. This accuracy is not etched in stone. Okay, so if you're not achieving it right now, don't think that I've lost QA. No. But it is a good idea to aim for it. Majorly, QA is divided into 5 parts. First is arithmetic. What is arithmetic? It captures topics like percentages, time, speed, distance, time and work, pipes and systems. In fact, in some way or the other, time and distance, time, speed, distance, time and work, pipes and systems, they are kind of similar. Then we have profit and loss, mixtures and allegation, averages, ratio proportion, simple interest, compound interest, etc. Now, because there are so many topics in it, this area captures the maximum number of questions in QA section. And number of questions could range from 9 to 11, plus minus 1. Second type is algebra. It captures linear equations, quadratic equations, functions, polynomials, inequalities, arithmetic, geometric progression, and so on. This is generally the second highest weightage holder in terms of number of questions that are asked in CAT. CAT 2023 was a slight exception in which algebra questions were slightly higher in number as compared to other years. Last year, I think there were around 9 questions each from arithmetic and algebra. This directly contributed to the increased difficulty level of QA in 2023 that no one fully anticipated. So what's the giveaway? Do not leave these 2 topics under any circumstance when you are preparing. QA also requires multiple practice iterations. For example, just doing the concept and practice once will not make you good at QA. Around 5 to 7 or even 8-9 iterations per topic are needed to become adept at question selection and solving. Many times people come to me and ask me that, my QA is not really happening, although I've understood the concepts. And the answer that comes out is that we have not practiced enough and we have not practiced many times over many intervals. It is not about solving so many questions in just one day. You have to keep on solving the questions. The third type is geometry. It contains triangles, circles, quadrilaterals, coordinate geometry, trigonometry, mensuration. The weightage of this section is moderate, around 3 to 5 questions are asked from these topics. CAT 2023 had 3 questions from it. Fourth one is number system. The topics are surds, integers, factors, indices, etc. Number of questions are 2 to 3. Could be 1 to 2 also. And the fifth one is modern maths, which contains permutations and combinations, probabilities, statistics, etc. Again, 1 to 2 questions. So if it comes to that I have to prioritize something, my least priority could be modern maths or number system. Although I do not recommend that you leave anything, but if it comes to that, then arithmetic and algebra should be something that should be on top of your mind. In last 5 years, more than 40% of the questions have come from arithmetic, followed by algebra, which is around 30%. 40 plus 30 is 70%. So that's a good way of understanding for you that why these 2 topics are really important. Geometry trails at around 15% and the rest is modern math and number system equally distributed. So we know when it comes to priority what should be done first and what should be done later. So what's the biggest takeaway? Strong foundational skills are needed for QA. You should have formulas on tips. You should also memorize squares, roots, square root, cube root, fractions and tables till 25. So that you do not waste time in physical calculation. Tuck, 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 tuck. No. Second thing is that you need to do multiple practice iterations of each topic. Again saying 10 questions 10 times over a period of 10 days is better than 100 questions done in one go. This is just an illustration. Don't just do 10 questions. Nothing is going to happen. So well, that was the journey to CAT syllabus in last 5 years to give you a personal priority order. Now your job starts. Subscribe to our channel and like this video if you found it useful. See you soon.